Hello.
We are Screen Heroes, and this is episode 23. Today we're going to be doing a recap of Kansas City's Planet Comicon, and then we're going to be doing our own fan cast of a live-action Thundercats movie. We'll go around, everyone can kind of introduce themselves. We'll go ahead and start on the end. We always kind of start with you.
Do we?
We do.
Ryan, cosplayer, nerd guy.
You've been on basically every episode.
Pretty much every episode.
Yeah.
So if you don't know me, shame on you. You should watch more.
Go back and listen to older stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm Ian. I'm a frequent guest. Hello.
Cosplayer.
I had a hiccup, so I wanted to get some water down.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah. Cosplayer extraordinaire.
Extraordinaire.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
I'm gonna,
Bold words.
The bar has been raised.
Yeah, that's me.
I'm Ray. I am
Are you an extraordinaire?
No, I'm a cosplay novice.
Oh.
There you go.
I admit that I know nothing Jon Snow. So no, I'm with the Super Sirens. I'm half of them. The other half is Hills, and we just had a really long, big weekend.
And I'm Derek. I'm also on the podcast like all the time, almost, sort of. And
all the time,
I'm
sir.
also running the Twitch chat tonight. So if you happen to be watching us live, we record these things live on Twitch with video and everything. Tonight's a special Monday episode, but we usually record live on Tuesday nights at 8 p.m. Central at twitch.tv/griddaily. And if you are watching, you can see that I look a little bit different. I usually have a nice beard going on. You guys cared. You were making fun of me like all day yesterday.
It's what we do.
I didn't make fun of you.
I had a handlebar mustache yesterday for my steampunk Mario costume. So.
It was hot.
But not many people can pull that off.
He would have a mustache, and I
Absolutely.
felt that a handlebar mustache was a little more fitting to the tone of the character.
Okay.
Just saying.
Agree to disagree. But I did like the handlebar mustache, though.
Thank you. Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
Yeah. But now I got nothing. I'm starting over. So anyway, let's talk Planet Comicon. So
Woo!
for those who don't know, Planet Comicon is Kansas City's largest comic convention. It's been going on for quite some time now. Is it 99?
It's 99.
Yeah, since 1999. It moved to Bartle Hall a couple of years ago. And this year was huge.
I think the biggest.
I've been looking for
I've seen
numbers
it, at
all
least.
day, and I couldn't find any official numbers. Was anyone able to find any official
No.
attendance?
There was
I
that
don't think
rumor
they're
of the
releasing
100,000 people hitting it on Saturday. That's
I don't,
about it.
I don't think that
No,
happened.
I don't think it was.
Yeah.
I mean, you're talking about a third more than fit in Arrowhead Stadium.
Right.
Like, I don't see that happening. Maybe over the course of the
whole
weekend,
weekend, yeah.
I could see that, yeah.
right? But not all on
I
Saturday.
think last year they said it was 50,000, and it was definitely busier than last year.
Agreed.
So.
Yeah, I definitely agree. So it was a really big year. They brought in Stan Lee, of all people, which, for those who don't know, Stan Lee's retiring from conventions later on this year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's doing, 3 more conventions or something like that? Or 4
He's
more
doing a
conventions?
lot more.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
3 more months, maybe it was.
Yeah,
or
there you
something.
go.
Yeah, it's
He's
not very long.
ending his career at New York Comic Con.
Yes.
So having him in Kansas City was a pretty big deal.
Yeah,
Very
People
big
travel
deal.
from a long distance to come see
Right.
him.
Yeah, it was huge. He did panels, he did autographs and photo ops, of course, all that good stuff. And then the mayor actually named Saturday Stan Lee Day
Oh, I didn't know that.
in
Yeah.
Kansas City. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Mayor Sly James did that on Saturday.
Like forever, or just for that day?
No, it's
That's
Every
May,
year, I think.
Like every
Yes,
year
it-
that...
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
May
It's-
21st will forever be known as Stan Lee Day in
Sweet.
Kansas City.
which is pretty neat.
So next year, May 21st, we're all cosplaying as Stan Lee.
Yep.
For some of us, that will be easier than for others.
Hey,
Well,
I think Ian's going to do a fine job.
Yeah,
That's
Stop.
obviously who he was talking about.
I will say this one cool moment. I saw the photo from this was, so for those who don't know, the iBots.
Oh, yeah.
They cosplay these giant Iron Man and War Machine mech suits and stuff, and their dad cosplays as Stan Lee, and it's
Yes.
awesome. And there's a photo of their dad as Stan Lee meeting the
Stan
actual
Lee.
Stan Lee, and I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was, absolutely.
So a problem with that was
Oh, no.
throughout this whole weekend, I kept hearing people say, "Oh my God, I met Stan Lee. They were just hanging, or he was just hanging by the Iron Man." And I was like, "Oh no, sweetie, no."
You didn't tell him no, did you? Did you burst their
Let him have
bubble?
that
Yeah.
illusion.
Let them have their moment.
Yeah.
No,
jeez.
I
Let
was
them
like, no,
live.
that's a really sweet guy. His name is Neil.
Now their life is
Hayes,
ruined. They were
and-
really happy. And no longer happy.
They thought they had met the Stan Lee,
Yeah.
you know, but
Dang.
I'm terribly sorry.
It's too late now. You can't apologize to them.
I
They don't
hate
watch
you
our
guys.
podcast.
So what did you guys think of the convention overall?
It was fun.
Busy.
Yeah.
It was
And busy.
crowded.
So I know Super Sirens, you guys actually had a exhibitor booth
We did, yeah.
at the convention, so that must have
Yeah.
been interesting.
Yeah, it's definitely a huge change of pace from being a con attendee to a con employee. And I have to say that there's a lot I miss about being able to do stuff and go places on my own time. But at the same time, being an exhibitor, I meet way more people now. And that's great because I'm all about making new friends and helping others out. They ask me to help out. I ask them to help out. It's great. Also, I absolutely love it when we get to work with the Children's Mercy kids. And at Super Sirens, we don't do as much charity work as some others in the community. But luckily, I got to meet with one boy this weekend who was absolutely sweet as all else, and we gave him a bunch of stuff. So
Okay, well that's cool.
it was a lot of fun.
Yeah. Ryan, how about you? I know Buster Props didn't have a booth or anything, but I know you guys were peddling your wares.
Yeah, there was a little bit of a discrepancy when we tried to get a booth, but no hard feelings over that. But yeah, we peddled some wares there. We kind of used the back door of the Super Sirens table, and it wasn't me. It wasn't me. It was my esteemed partner in crime that snuck them onto the table really, really covertly, and sold a couple little small items there.
Cool. Ian?
I didn't have a booth. I'm not popular enough yet.
But you cosplayed
I cosplay.
2 out of 3 days.
I was Dr. Quinzel, Genderbent, on Friday, and then I did Genderbent Raven from Teen Titans on Saturday, thanks to this lovely lady who made my costume. And that got a great reception. I was very warm and fuzzy with it, so I loved it. And then I was a booth babe for some people. I just stayed at the booth and so I was at Doodle Sport Cosplay's booth, and I was a booth babe there, and I was a booth babe at Super Sirens. At least I think I was.
Yes.
I don't know.
You and me both.
Yeah. So we're both booth babes, and that was that. It was very fun. I was exhausted after Sunday, but it's Comicon. It was great because this is where I met all you guys, and it was very nostalgic for me.
Very cool. It is kind of weird that I think most of us had met at some point accidentally at a Comic-Con.
Agreed.
And didn't know who we were at one point. I know
You and I had crossed paths at movie theaters multiple times and didn't realize it.
And for Ryan, I know I saw you on stage at the costume contest a couple of years ago. I didn't know who you were at the time.
Yeah, I was probably really grouchy too, so it's probably better.
Actually,
nothing has really changed, I guess. So
You're still very grouchy.
and you still do the Ghostbuster stuff. So,
occasionally,
yeah. So for us, for Grid Daily, this was our first convention with official press credentials, which was really cool. Yeah. So we had a couple guys.
Thank you, Planet Comicon, for that.
Yeah. So thank you for that. And we had a couple guys running around doing some photos and some interviews and stuff. So we'll have that coming out throughout the week. In fact, tomorrow, Tuesday, for those of you listening live, we'll have our first photo album. We'll go out on the website of the first round of photos. And then later in the week, we have an interview with Manu Bennett, which is really cool. He was Deathstroke. Brad would hate me right now.
He would.
Deathstroke on Arrow.
He's on the Shannara Chronicles currently.
And
he was on Spartacus.
Spartacus, and he was in The Hobbit as Azog, which was cool. That was all mocap in The Hobbit. He doesn't actually look like that. So that'll be cool. Looking forward to that. What did you guys think about some of the changes to the convention this year? This was the first time I had been to anything at Bartle Hall that had food trucks inside.
I loved the root beer
that was
there.
Great
See, I hate root beer, so I didn't like it. But that's just
me and Jared
root beer was delicious.
Yeah, it was awesome.
I hate root beer.
Please get them back if anybody from Planet
root
Comicon
beer.
is watching this.
Yeah, the root beer was great.
Yeah, it was.
I love
sold
the glasses
out.
they were in, though. They were cute. I like
bottles
that.
And stuff.
Yeah.
It really works for a steampunk costume.
It did.
Yeah, no,
Well,
it totally did.
They opened up all of Bartle Hall to accommodate this, and
Well, it's good because last year Bartle Hall turned all of the food trucks away because they showed up, they parked outside.
They were there Friday outside.
Yeah, and on Saturday they were like, you can't park here, you're obstructing traffic, and you're taking away from Sodexo or Aramark, whoever does Bartle's food. And so this year they barely opened the grills. They didn't stock it as much as they used to.
They didn't.
And they just had the food trucks.
They had more like little snack. They had like,
good.
I didn't. They offered a lot more stuff, and I
had a bite of somebody's fries, and they were tasty.
Yeah.
It was 3 hours long for a wait for a food truck. I couldn't do it. It was so long.
It was a long wait.
See, for me, I had my wisdom's teeth taken out earlier last week, so I wasn't even eating solid food on Friday and Saturday. So
he was eating Gerber, the Gerber baby mash.
Pudding and mashed potatoes. Thank you very much. Delicious. Everybody likes a pudding cup. Come on, it's true. It's true.
Snack packs.
Snack packs.
Yep.
That was the word I was. Yeah, snack packs. I thought it was great that they brought in the food trucks, though. I love that type of food. It's one of my favorite things about going to events and conventions and stuff is the food trucks, because it's something you can't get in a normal restaurant most of the time.
Yep.
I really want.
Kansas City has a lot of good food trucks, but because we don't have a lot of these events all the time like other cities that get people out in the city and doing stuff, you don't know about them.
I didn't know they had them until this weekend. Food trucks. I
I've
didn't
had
know
a
about
few.
it.
Maker Faire had a
Maker's
bunch
Faire,
last year.
See, I didn't go to Maker's Faire.
Yeah.
They had some good
They were
ones.
delicious.
They had a whole like plaza.
Yeah.
Of them, yeah.
And right across the corner from where I work, there's this barbecue place that sets up there on a regular basis. That's delicious, and it's these massive portions and stuff. So we've got some good food trucks. We definitely do.
Michael Bradbury, I don't know if you guys know him by name, but he's the funnel cake guy, and he's at all the elite events.
Was there funnel cake there and I didn't know about it?
No, I don't think he was set up there.
I was be really mad if there was funnel cake there. I would not know about it.
But they've won all kinds of awards on
I think
Food
I had some of
Network
their funnel
and
cake
contests.
last year. They were at Maker Faire, weren't they?
I don't know.
Or maybe it was at the,
I
it must
always
have been
get
at the
them
elite
at free
event.
comic book
Yeah,
day.
it must have been at the elite event. It was good.
Yeah. And anything else? I mean, we had the free arcade. I thought that was really cool this
That was
year.
a lot of fun.
Yeah, they had the original Real Ghostbusters game, which I haven't played in so long. It's a very hard to find game.
I had never seen
awesome.
one in person, actually, so I thought that was really cool.
It was very cool, and it was all free. Yeah,
They had a lot of really good photo ops. Like, they just randomly put backdrops that said Planet Comicon up.
I saw that
which
too.
Was
that was
fun
nice.
because I've seen those at other cons, Dragon Con and C2E2. They'll just set up a backdrop and everybody will take photos in front of it. So that was a good idea. John Robinson brought his large Jabba the Hutt, the 501st. Had, their Emperor throne, and they had Jedi training this year.
I thought that was really cool.
Thanks to
That was
Saints
so
Customs.
cute.
Yes.
I saw Kevin doing that. Like, that's awesome.
It was
so cool.
so cute.
Yeah.
So cute.
They had the Blast a Trooper
Of
again
course,
with the
of
marshmallow
course.
guns.
They had some great guests there too, media wise. They had
George Takei was there.
I got to meet Dennis O'Hare from True Blood and American Horror Story, and I fangirled in front of him a little bit.
Danielle
nice.
Panabaker from The Flash was there.
Jason Mewes was there, and he was playing it up to the crowd. He barely was at his booth. He was mainly just walking around enjoying people.
Yeah,
he knows how to do a crowd.
I would
Barbara
imagine
Eden
he's
from
a good
Genie
guy.
was there, like,
Yeah, seriously.
and she looked great.
She looked amazing.
The Green Ranger was there.
Jason David Frank. Yeah.
Thank you. Yep.
They opened up the con with a large press event, including a wedding. But let's forget about that, because I got to be on stage with my Black Widow, and Ming Chen from Comic Book Men said I looked awesome and shook my hand and made eye contact with my boobs. So that
Well, there you go. That's everything a girl wants.
I didn't know who that was because we
I
went
didn't know that
outside the
Ming
Marriott.
Chen was
and
like
took a
really
picture with me.
desirable.
I mean, he seems like a nice
so-
guy.
I mean, he
and all,
wouldn't have
but-
checked out my boobs probably.
So
So,
on Comic Book
He is
Men,
nice.
there's some.
he's the one that always gets picked on.
No,
yeah.
he's just a really nice guy.
He is, I'm
and
sure.
he's the one that's the most supportive of cosplayers. Even Kevin Smith isn't as supportive as he is, and Kevin Smith is supportive of every artist. So it was just really cool that I got to meet Ming Chen, and I got to stand next to Lou Ferrigno and hear him
Make you
mumble.
feel small, very small.
He is so giant.
Right?
The dude is huge.
He's so giant.
Especially for his age now. I mean,
Oh
yeah,
my
sure,
gosh.
back in the day, but he's still huge. But speaking of Kevin Smith, so he was in town for his special show.
Yep.
Yeah.
Friday night. Yeah.
So that was pretty.
I don't think any of us went to that. So.
No, we didn't get to go.
We
but
had some friends who went.
I appreciated this. His flight was canceled, and for those of you who don't know, he's been on a 6-year boycott of Southwest Airlines, and his flight was canceled, and the only way to get in town in time to do the show at all was to fly Southwest, and he did. He flew Southwest. He showed up a little bit late, but stayed very long to make sure that he gave everybody what they were really there for.
Yeah.
And I appreciated that. I thought that was really cool of him to do that. So he's actually going to be at, is it Fandom Fest?
Yes, we are going to Louisville, Kentucky for one of the 2 Fandom Fest shows, and he's going to be there as well as Stanley again.
So I think I might have to see the Kevin Smith show that time.
I heard it's really good.
I heard too many good things.
Yeah.
I've seen too many of them on the internet. I've watched a lot of his one night with Kevin Smith's, and there was only one out of like the 10 that I've watched that I was slightly disappointed with. But everything else
but all
was
the
great.
stories are the same, so it's
he
like,
gets new stories every year, and he changes things up
I
depending
really
on
like
the
him.
questions. Like it's a Q&A, which means you never see the same show twice.
It seems like a fun thing to do, so I think we
be.
might try to do that. Anything else about Planet Comicon before we move on to?
It was great. It was
a fun show.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see where 2017 heads.
I can't wait to see what kind of guests they get.
I mean,
Because how are you going to top Stan Lee?
Saturday they were turning away people.
Yeah, I heard.
Because Bartle was at their capacity. So what do you do next? Well, you borrow the Sprint Center and you have it set up all on the 10 levels it's on and stuff. So
is it Worldcon that's doing it at the Sprint Center?
Worldcon, Mid-America Con,
Mid-America
too.
Con. Sorry, Mid-America Con. They're doing it at the Sprint Center. I'm very curious to see how that will go. I've never been to a convention that's been inside an arena before.
Right, because it's very,
The Sprint Center could be really cool for a convention, so I think I might pop in one day at Mid-America Con to see how they set up and what it's like and what kind of things they offer.
When is that?
It's in August.
August,
It's
okay.
in August.
Yeah, I think it's the 3rd week in August.
I think it's isn't it the week after Kansas City Comic-Con?
Yes.
I think.
Okay, so 3rd week. Yeah.
All right, so we'll move on then. If you went to Planet Comicon, check out our photo galleries that are coming out. Check out our Instagram, which is at Grid Daily. We've been posting
Share your
photos.
stories. Did you meet any of us in costume? Did you meet anybody way cooler than us in or out of costumes?
Listeners come up to the Super.
We did, yeah. So thank you for stopping by and saying hi. We really appreciate that. We do all of this in a basement.
Cameron, Kenneth, Jordan, Shane.
I mean, I signed a few autographs. That was nice. It's just, I mean, they didn't want your guys. I don't know why, but they definitely wanted mine. So
you have the best boobs.
I mean, I did sign some guys' boobs. So
or handwriting. Maybe it's the handwriting.
That's definitely what it is. It's going to be valuable, I think, is what they thought. They wanted to get it tattooed. So.
Oh, of course, yeah. All right, so the main event tonight, if you hadn't seen the title yet, is Thundercats fan casting. So what we have done is we have gone through and cast what we would like to see, who we would like to see in a Thundercats live action film, since that is in the works right now, currently under Michael Bay. Which
is he producing it or directing it?
It's a rumor. I don't think
it's a rumor. So we don't.
Michael Bay has flat out said he would like the property so that he can adapt it.
He can mutilate.
He wants
it like
everything from my childhood so he can step on it.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, sweetie, stepping on it is.
That's the gentlest thing.
I was just trying to be nice. And so we've done this before with a couple other films. We did it with Ghostbusters. What else did we do it with? I know we did it with a couple other movies. We did it with something else recently. Drawing a blank.
Justice League Dark.
Yeah,
Justice League Dark. That was a fun one, yeah. So we're going to do it for Thundercats. I'm mainly going to moderate this one because I'm not particularly good at this, in my opinion. I have a hard time
I agree with that.
casting people. So I did.
His villain would be a giant Funko Pop. So.
That was just my Ghostbusters
terrible.
thing. You know what? You're both terrible. All right?
I mean, I can't really argue that.
And anyway, look, at least it was a new villain.
Okay, Derek, get past it.
The actual
Move
studio
on.
is just using the same villain again.
No, they're not. They're using the no ghost symbol.
Made out of marshmallow. That's fine.
Not out of marshmallow. It's just
It looked like it was.
It kind of looked like.
It looked like it was made out of marshmallow.
Supposedly, it's not. I don't know.
At least my idea was more original.
Okay,
Original.
We'll go with that.
Funko. Get it? That's
Give
their,
us money, Funko.
That's their Twitter handle. So anyway, moving on. All right. So I only had a couple of characters that I got some casting for myself. So what I thought we would do is you guys want to start off with the leader, or do you want to end with the leader of Lion-O?
Doesn't matter to me.
Let's
Let's start.
Lion-O.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that's the most.
Are we gonna do
important
each?
goal, so.
Are we gonna say all of our lists?
I'm
or
probably
are we
gonna
character by character.
We're gonna do character by character.
Okay.
And I'm probably gonna bounce around each time so everyone can kind of go in a different order. So this was one of the guys I had a really hard time with. I could not pick anybody. Nobody I thought of fit the character well enough for me. So, Ryan, who is your Lion-O?
So I'm just going to preface this by saying that I watched several episodes because I haven't watched Thundercats since
been a
I was
while.
like
Yeah.
10 or something.
I listened to voice clips so I could get into
I
it.
watched
Okay, so,
YouTube.
so real quick though, so has anybody here watched the more
The
recent
2011
Yes.
one?
Yeah.
I watched it.
You,
Okay.
I
you two did. So
loved
Ian and Ray.
it.
It was
Okay.
very good.
Okay. Ryan and I have not.
I
seen
missed the
that
80s
one,
though.
so-
I like the 80s.
Yeah.
I
version, too.
refused to watch the new one
The
on a matter of
80s was
principle.
very outlandish. The newer one was much more...
I thought the art looked really.
But
I
still
didn't
kept the
like
roots.
the art style. That was my main problem with it, honestly.
okay.
But
See, I actually didn't even know that the show was around until it had already been canceled.
And you're like,
Yeah.
oh, what happened?
So I was like,
Yeah.
oh well.
You're not alone on that one, so.
So all right, Ryan, Lion-O.
so having watched a couple of episodes, I actually kind of got chills thinking about all my actors together. So, I mean, nobody's going to agree with me probably, but it's good for me, and that's what
No, my
matters.
choices are very, very weird.
Mine are too.
Okay. I went kind of weird because I was like, they're going to go with this person, I'm pretty sure. So maybe we won't. That's awesome. I hope we didn't
Yeah.
all pick the same ones trying to be weird.
I told you, Idris Elba is my entire cast.
That's right.
Just
Okay,
replace
so for
everyone.
Lion-O, I struggled with it too, like you were talking about. But I kept coming back to one guy, and mine is Henry Cavill.
Really?
Yes, I think
Oh.
he could
Love
play.
it.
I really think he could play like the childish like personality in this adult body, and I think that it would be a really interesting thing. He's a great actor.
Yes.
So
Yes.
Yeah.
I think he could pull that off.
He was the king of subtlety in the
Interesting.
Tudors.
Interesting.
I loved how just incredibly subtle he was.
He has the
throughout whole thing.
physicality for it. He has the
Yes.
acting chops for it.
That was my hardest part. Is you obviously a lot of this would be done with a mixture of practical effects and mocap. There's you can't do.
Well, mine's all practical effects with a little mocap.
Really?
Mostly all practical
You
effects.
have to do some, otherwise it looks like cats
Yeah.
on Broadway, and
Which
that's
I'm okay with. I like
I
cats,
am
right?
not.
Oh, okay.
Like memories can go flush itself. Like
Oh.
I hate that song and I
Wow.
hate that musical and anyway. So
So Henry Cavill, yeah, that's
Yeah,
my
yeah.
pick. Sorry for interjecting that in there, but that's where I'm going. I think he'd be
I think
great.
it's
lead
good.
for
All
it.
right, that's interesting. I'm not
I
sure
like
I
it.
can see it, but all right.
Okay.
Ian.
All right, I got two.
Ooh.
So
pick your favorite.
I got two.
You only
We're
get to
limited.
do two if somebody else picks your other one.
You know what?
No one's picked yours.
So I have my first pick would be Chris Hemsworth.
Okay.
Jeez,
As
go with the
lot.
crowd pleaser there.
No,
That's
it's because
everybody's
He's just
fan cast.
Thor without the hammer.
Oh, no,
he has,
yeah.
he has a sword instead.
It's everybody's casting for that role. Boring. You can't redeem yourself after that.
No, well, I think he's a good actor. I like him.
Oh, I wouldn't argue.
And I think that he has the presence of what could be a good Lion-O.
Okay.
My second choice... Do we do the second
Lion-O
choice, or-
and Thor are very similar characters.
They are.
Thor is not a child, like maturity of a child trapped in the body of a man.
No, but he's very reckless. He's arrogant. He's Simba. Like all of these
Yeah.
are
Is Lion-O arrogant? I guess I never
to
got
some
that.
degree.
Yeah.
Okay.
In the beginning episodes, he is. at
Maybe in the
least.
other series. I know in the original he didn't seem arrogant at all to me. He seemed stupid, like he would just rush into stuff, but it wasn't due to arrogance. Reckless, definitely.
And my second choice, because we've seen him in a good leadership role for 2 movies now, would be Chris Pine.
Okay.
So
Interesting.
I
Look at me
don't
like
think
that.
he really has the physicality to do it.
I don't think so either, but
He's
neither
not a
did
giant man.
people think that,
I don't
the person
think-
who for Wonder Woman, but she
Ian's
built
is gonna be a
herself
voice
up.
That's
cast.
true.
I don't think Lion-O
You know.
needs to be large. He's not the biggest of the Thundercats. He's not
No.
the strongest of the Thundercats.
Panthro is the biggest.
So
Panther's like more like a tree trunk, whereas
He-
Lion-O's more like a
He's like a-
taller and like
Yeah.
more.
the thing is, though, but would you be doing CGI like mocap stuff for this?
A mixture.
You have to if you did
I
Chris
mean,
Pine. There's no
well,
way.
but in my head, like I feel like Chris Pine has the personality to pull it off. I don't
Yeah.
really think his stature really is what's important there.
I picked for stature and for personality. So
Okay.
But I mean, if his vision is a
Then you're not going to like my
mocap,
Panthro casting. Then
I'm definitely not going
so.
to. I don't usually like your casting.
Yeah, it's true. You usually don't. That's very true. All right, Ray.
I pick Idris Elba.
No, you
Seriously,
didn't.
that was
Okay, I mean, I could see that.
Yeah,
so I'm
His
going
seriously.
voice would be really
Yeah, it would be
good.
great.
First and foremost, I believe his voice would be very epic. He has a serious, deep tone that screams royalty to me. And
Hearing him like in my head go,
Yeah.
Thundercats, oh, is
right?
really good. Yeah,
it's
no,
really
I can hear
epic.
that.
Second, I said that with a T. It's second, Rachel.
Second.
Second, I want Idris Elba to lead a movie. He
Yeah,
is
good
very
point.
talented enough to do it, and he's gotten like lead villains and stuff, but he's never been top billing on something, and
Yeah.
I want him to be.
He could be easily.
Luther was a fantastic TV show, so he can be the lead.
Oh yeah.
He doesn't need to rely on this guy here and that guy there. He can do this, so let him do it.
I was super excited when they were, there were all these like little rumors and fan theories floating around that he might become James Bond. I was
Right.
like,
Yeah, I'm all
That
about
would
that
be
would just
cool.
be so awesome.
Well, now that Daniel Craig
I
really
agree.
isn't going to be doing it anymore, maybe he can.
He turned down
$100 million.
98. Yeah.
Or whatever, yeah, for 2 Bond movies. It was
Can you
crazy.
believe that?
He hates that much.
Like, is it
He's
really
a good-
that bad playing James
But
Bond?
he's a good Bond. I like him as Bond.
he's my favorite Bond.
He hates the character, though.
Really?
He says he's a womanizing, arrogant ass, and he
I don't disagree
doesn't
with
want
that,
to
but
be inside his head anymore.
he's changed that character into something so much better than it used to be, though.
Is
His
it a
Bo-
Thundercat? Because that's what we're talking
Sorry,
about.
all right. James Bond on a later date. All right, so there's your Lion-O's. So let's
Let's do Panthro.
well, I was just gonna go. So Henry Cavill,
Mm-hmm.
Chris Pine was your second one. Who was your first one?
Chris
Chris
Hemsworth.
Chris Hemsworth.
Yes.
And then Idris Elba.
Yes.
Okay, very cool. All right, Panthro, you said.
Panthro.
All right.
All right, I'll go first because I actually have this one.
All right.
Okay.
I picked Anthony Mackie.
He's a very tiny man.
Seriously?
But it's all CGI. It's all mocap. I think he has the voice that would fit the character really well, and I think his demeanor fits the character really well. He's just not a big enough dude.
I actually
And
think you're going to like mine better, and you'll switch to mine.
Maybe. I like Anthony Mackie a lot. I really like the
He's great.
Yeah, I
style.
do too. I just don't think he's great for that character.
I
agree,
I
yeah.
think the tone of the character would be perfectly fine. They would just have to obviously make him larger, which is totally acceptable in CGI films.
It is.
So you make it all mocap. You Andy Serkis it up with the all that, and I think he would be awesome in that role.
So I went with Vin Diesel.
That's
You
what I
went with
that's what I
Diesel
picked too.
For Panthro?
I had
Yeah.
a feeling that one of you guys
Here's
was
the
going to do that.
reason why.
Interesting.
In 2007, a fan
Yes,
combined
that trailer.
It was
Brad
so
Pitt is
good.
lined up.
Yes.
So
I
good.
forgot about that.
I have never been able to get that out of my head. Just
His
hearing
voice.
the Riddick voice
Yeah.
and seeing the Panthro crop
It
on top
works.
of it, it was beautiful.
It works.
I want to see him.
Wow.
I do.
All right. Okay.
You know how I feel about Vin Diesel. So
I do.
Putting him in my movie.
And you know how I feel? I love Vin Diesel.
I know.
So
That's why I thought you were going to throw Anthony Mackie to the side and immediately be like, Vin Diesel.
I can't though, and you'll find out later.
I doubt it.
So then I had
I personally can't because of a later reason.
So I had 2 choices, and so
Did you pick
I
Vin
picked
Diesel for something else?
I did.
Oh, okay.
I picked Vin Diesel also for Panther, but then I also had The Rock.
Yeah, I mean, I had that as like an alternate.
The
Yeah,
Rock.
but
See, I think
not
The
my
Rock's a
main.
little too goofy for Panthro.
Yeah, and that's.
I love The
why he
Rock
was an alternate
too,
for me.
but yeah, that's why.
That's why I had a second choice. My first choice would be Vin Diesel.
Okay. Now, to be fair, that's also why I thought The Rock would be better as Shazam instead of Black Adam.
Yeah.
I
I'm
agree,
excited that
totally.
he's going to be in a DC movie either way, but I think his personality suits Shazam really well.
Right.
I think
So-
that's why he probably picked Black Adam, since they gave him the option of both. And he was like, you know what? I haven't done anybody like this before. I've done a few things like Shazam. Like, I feel like he would have played Shazam like he did the Tooth Fairy.
That's
Probably.
fair. It's very fair. And if that's the reason he did it, I give him a lot of credit for wanting to stretch like that. I think that's really cool. So,
All right, who's your Panthro?
So I agreed with Rachel until I saw Guardians of the Galaxy, and then there was another bald gray man in that movie.
Yes.
And I thought would be an amazing Panthro, Dave Bautista.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't. If you've watched the original series of Thundercats, it's a stoic. Like you don't have to have any acting chops at all. You just have to be big and have a certain inflection in your voice, and you are an awesome Panthro. Dave Bautista would be the man for that role.
I hate inflating Ryan's ego, but that's
it's perfect.
my favorite pick.
It is perfect.
That's really good.
It doesn't get any better than that.
I didn't even think about him. He didn't even cross my mind. And that's awesome.
I think even the voice, if you watch, I mean, it doesn't sound exactly like
No,
him, but the way he speaks is very similar, and I think it would be really good.
It's a great one.
I'm happy with that.
All right. That's a good one. I like that.
So Chitara.
Chitara? All right.
Ryan?
Let me pull it up
Or
here.
Ian,
We'll
go
let
first.
Ian go first. We'll skip around.
So my top pick would be Mia Jovovich.
You stole mine. I didn't even have an alternate on that because I was so sold on that casting.
I think either her or my second choice would have been Scarlett Johansson.
I didn't really see either of them fitting that
Really?
particular role. Yeah.
Mila Jovovich, I think she's exotic looking enough to pull it off, and she can obviously
Wait. Who did you say?
Mila Jovovich.
Oh,
said it differently.
I heard a different name.
Okay.
Who'd you hear?
I thought I was pronouncing it wrong in my head. It's like Mia Wachowski or something like that.
Oh, no,
Ew.
not her.
Okay. That's what I
No.
thought you said.
No.
No, you get the raw
Okay.
physicality
That's
because
interesting.
she's great. I mean, if you've seen the Fifth Element, if you've seen the Resident Evil movies, she has some very good physicality.
And her voice, I like her voice too. Very raspy
She has a
and
good
sexy.
voice.
And
She can definitely pull that
Yes.
part off. Yeah, I mean,
Interesting.
she's a good action actress.
Yes,
Chitara is an action character.
very
I mean,
much so.
I think that she would be a perfect casting in that role. I mean, she's
like that.
getting a little older now, but I don't think that's really going to hold anything
No.
back. She hasn't slowed down at all in her
She's doing another
Resident
Resident Evil.
movies.
She's doing another one right now. So yeah, no.
Yeah, that was my casting as well.
I'm not sure that's necessary, but
Well, they're doing it, so you can't stop them. It's the last one, so.
So
sure it is.
I went with a different Marvel girl. I went with Zoe Saldana. I want Zoe Saldana to just be the queen of the nerds.
That's a good choice.
She's a fantastic
like
actress.
that.
She has been. I've been following her career since she was in Center Stage in the 90s, and I love her. She can do all kinds of incredible action sequences as well as get really deep into the emotional aspect of it, which I figure maybe not in the first film, but if it were a trilogy, they would enter the love triangle of Lion-O and Tigra and Chitara. So that's who I thought.
I like that. That's interesting.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Thank you.
So for mine, I kind of went a similar route to Mila, but I was thinking a little bit Mila Jovovich? Mila. I'm sorry. Did I offend you?
You probably offended her. But...
If you're listening to this podcast, thank you very much. And I'm very sorry for
We appreciate your
mispronouncing
support.
name.
Yeah.
But you probably have better things to do.
The Resident Evil movie.
Anyway, I went a little bit darker with that role. I picked Kate Beckinsale based off of her Underworld movies.
Okay.
Similar age, similar acting style.
Yeah, they're similar from that standpoint, but she has a lot of physicality.
She's a good actress. I just think that Mila has a better look for it, personally. But
Well, again, it's all gonna be mocap in mine, so I don't really
And
expect. These...
Zoe Saldana's already done a cat-like person before.
That is very true.
I got that down.
That is true. Anyway, I just thought her physicality would be really good for that particular role. So,
All right.
a little bit darker, but
So, Jovovich.
Yep.
she had to do a
Gal
lot.
Gadot was the other one I kind of circled around too because she has.
Sure, that'd be cool. Yeah.
Seeing her in BVS, I didn't want to go with two BVS actors though and act like a DC fanboy or something, but she's got the physicality for it. She's got an exotic look. So.
See, I don't really have like any DC actors in my list, actually.
I guess I'm just a bigger fan.
I guess so.
I have a few.
I guess so.
I may have one.
Yeah, I just thought that Kate did a lot of similar types of stunts. Like her characters do a lot of that in the Underworld movies that are cat-like because she's a vampire, right?
Right, makes sense.
And a lot of that type of fighting seems similar. So
That's fair. So, Tigra's next.
Who?
Tigra?
Tigra?
Tigra. Okay, I'm like, who?
I thought it was Tiger. She told me it was Tigra.
Tigra, yeah.
It is. It's Tigra, isn't it?
I thought it was Tiger because he's a
My
tiger.
bad.
Yeah, I think it is Tigra.
It's probably Tigra. I
thought it was
It's been a long time since I've seen it, so I couldn't even tell you.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway.
Who's going first? I'll go first.
You go first.
Go
All right,
for it.
fine. So I picked, and I'm probably going to pronounce it wrong,
Probably.
but I like the guy. Taron Egerton. Is that right?
Who?
The guy from Kingsman.
The kid?
Eggy?
Eggy
Really?
from Kingsman.
Too young.
Yeah.
Too tiny.
Yeah.
Too tiny.
That
Okay.
man fits in
Oh,
my
his is all.
pocket.
His is
Again,
mocap.
it's all
Oh,
mocap,
sure.
so the size is not what's relevant here. I'm going for personality and style and voice. And
I don't.
They're
No,
used to nobody liking.
You don't
his
like that? You don't
face.
like that pick?
I don't know.
So, Ian, who did you
The
pick?
voice would.
Yeah, I don't even think the voice is really good
Yeah.
for that. But
I thought he would fit that character fairly well. I think that the sophistication that he brought to the role in Kingsman could be leveraged in Thundercats, and I thought that he's done an action film already. He had to do some fight scenes and things like that, so I thought he would be able to do similar things. Again, kind of the same thinking I had with Kate Beckinsale.
All right.
you're
Brian?
allowed to fan cast whatever you want. I picked. I had two choices, but since I'm going second, nobody took mine. I knew Derek wouldn't. I picked Orlando Bloom. I think he would.
I'm supposed to take that seriously?
Are you kidding me? He's perfect.
Dogsork says that Tigra is offended because he's listening to this podcast.
Of course he does. I think Orlando Bloom has the acting chops for it. Tigra was never or Tigra, however we're saying it.
It's Tigra. It's
Tigra.
gotta be Tigra.
It has-
He was
Okay, I'm
never
sorry.
like the largest of the Thundercats. Like he was always more of a medium, like I would guess average Thundercats build, even though he was still pretty muscly.
An average cat.
Yeah, he was more like a light storm cat.
He was a house cat.
But
Big house cat.
I think that he would be able to pull it off. He's got the intellectual kind of thing going on, and I think that would work really well for him. Be a good role. That one was one of my harder castings. I struggled with that one a little bit, but that was.
Does he
what I
get to
fell
use a
back
bow
on.
and arrow in this movie too, or
No, but he gets to use his little whip thing.
can he run up falling stairs in really poor CGI?
Yes.
Maybe.
Yes.
With my director, it's probably not going to be poor CGI, but
All practical effects. We'll just put him on a falling staircase.
just get up there fast in all that
One
fur.
take. You get one take.
All right, so I chose two. One's gonna be, like one of those really choices, and the other one's very opposite. So, first choice, Hugh Jackman.
You went with the trailer. Wasn't he in that trailer too as
I
Tiger?
really don't
I can't
remember.
remember.
I'm pretty sure he
know.
was.
I don't know,
That's
but
possible, yeah.
I think he, it's kind of like Wolverine. He has, but
Claws and stuff.
claws. Yeah,
I mean, and that is basically like every other Thundercat.
They're both feral.
yeah.
Yeah.
But my second choice is a total opposite, and it's Ewan McGregor.
Obi-Wan?
Yeah,
I don't see that.
because mine's a mixture of
Can I
mocap
call
and
him
practical.
Obi-Mulan?
This is actually
It's
hurting me
Moulin
listening to
Rouge
some of these
right now.
choices.
Just
Physically, like
just
hurting me. I'm having
bear
physical
with-
pain.
Well, deal with it.
Ewan McGregor's new name is Obi-Mulan, by the way.
No, that's not Ewan McGregor.
I think he has the personality for it.
Annie.
He has the personality for it. I think he's a good actor. He has the personality for it. Y'all suck.
Look, I love McGregor. I think he's in a fantastic Obi-Wan Kenobi. He's a great
Well, I
actor.
do too.
I just don't see this fit.
I can see it.
This is coming from Derek.
Let me live my
the worst
fantasy.
fancaster of all time is telling me
If
this.
I don't think it's a good fit, I'm just saying it's not a
Yeah.
good sign.
Fine, we'll go with Hugh Jackman then.
If we're talking about just straight up size, like yeah, Hugh Jackman's ripped and all,
Oh, yeah.
but he's still pretty short.
That's what they can put like lifts in or something, or it could be a mocap.
Well, he's not
suit.
Tom Cruise short.
Well, no.
But
No,
Who's short?
Hugh Jackman's not short. He's like
Jackman's
6
like
foot
6'4".
one. Or,
Do I
no,
just think
not-
he's short
is
'cause
he
Wolverine-
6'4"? I
no,
think
you
he's
think that he's
6'1" or
short
something.
because
He's still
Wolverine is
pretty tall.
5'3".
Wolverine is
Wolverine's like
supposed to be
5'3".
short.
He's like
Yeah,
6'2".
that was the problem with
That's
him.
my problem.
Yeah.
I'm like, wait.
Wolverine's.
Oh, you want to put him on more stilts? He's gonna be really tall then.
Yeah.
My bad.
He wants
my
to
bad.
tower over
I know.
Lionel, apparently.
All right, so Hugh Jackman for me.
How about Thundercats with a Wolverine cameo?
Yes.
Why not?
We'll
Bring
build
Deadpool
that,
into
we'll build
it.
that
Yeah.
Did
universe.
Fox have it?
I don't know.
Was Fox producing this movie? 'Cause
I hope not.
In that
That's
case,
what they do.
Colossus should definitely be in it because
Yeah.
he's awesome.
All right, so who's your?
Jason Momoa.
Oh, jeez.
I wanted him very I
haven't seen him in
stature. I
anything.
want to see these guys in body paints and.
But I haven't seen him in anything to
I'll
know
give
what
you
his
that.
acting chops are.
Well, I mean,
Khal Drago.
He's not.
I
a
haven't
bad actor.
seen.
no, he's
Game
not a
of
bad actor.
Thrones.
Khal Drago is not necessarily a good measure though, because he was supposed to be like stone, and he was awesome in that role, but his physicality is really what sold a lot of that.
True. Very true.
Well,
This is Thundercats. This is a physical
It is
movie.
But Tigra is
That's the thing,
he's not like just a super physical guy. That's not how he gets by.
He's
He's
very
very
would-
lithe and like smart and.
Momoa would fit some of the other Tiger.
Maybe he could play
Thundercats
smart.
better.
I don't know. I haven't seen him act enough outside of the Khal Drogo clips I've seen because I don't watch the Game of Thrones. But
Fine. I want.
he's got the physicality. I totally
Yes,
agree on that.
yes.
Yeah.
I
Which is why I
think
think
seeing him in a role where he is playing the brain of the group.
I wouldn't be upset if they cast him because I haven't seen him in anything that would make me think he's not a good enough actor to pull it off.
Right.
He probably could.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay. Well, let's move on. Did anybody do Wile E. Kid and Wile E. Cat?
I
No,
did.
they're dead in my
Yeah.
story.
I did not.
I didn't care.
I did.
Okay.
I did.
Say
I
who
did
you cast
Asa
as to.
Butterfield for Wile E. Cat, and I did Maisie Williams for Wile
she
E.
would be
Kid.
They could be twins in real life. So, okay. I'm cool
I thought
with
that was. I was pretty happy with that
Actually,
casting.
you actually made it work.
Thank you, Derek.
I couldn't
I'm
make
getting
it
so
work.
many compliments from him tonight.
I couldn't make it work.
My
I
head is going to be
tried.
too big for the camera pretty
Every
soon.
idea came up with, I'm like, that's just terrible.
That's what I did too. I'm like, there's
That
really
was
good child actors
that was
out
one
there.
that I circled a lot. It was tough. I don't really follow young actors,
Right.
So
That's
it was
what-
like,
yeah, that's what.
I was
was-
like, I
it
would
was
just
difficult.
count the Fault in Our Stars people and be like, they would just end up crying.
Yeah, and I didn't want to default
No.
it to that. I'd rather him be dead in my
Yeah.
story than
Right.
than
Mine
do
are
that,
dead. When they
so.
crash, they die. Good
I
luck.
almost made it Hit Girl.
Chloe
I
Grace
thought everybody
Moretz.
was going to
Yeah.
do
Or
no,
that, so
yeah.
I was like,
and
no,
I was like, but who would pair up well with her?
Right.
nobody.
I could.
Zac Efron could be like the neighbors.
It'd be like high school freaking.
I just couldn't make it work.
musical.
I couldn't do it. I couldn't. do it.
my issue with them is very similar. It's just in the original cartoon, they were very much like the Wonder Twins.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, and they also didn't translate well into the new one. So I didn't think there would be a purpose for them in a live action
Yeah,
film.
no.
That's all. So I didn't bother.
A lot of the time, those characters are just to bring in the younger audience.
And that's
I-
what.
yeah.
That's why,
Yeah,
why I kept
so.
them in. I wouldn't. You get the kids liking Thundercats too. All us adults pay money for it, but if we
Yeah.
bring our kids, then that's double the revenue for the movie studio, and I'm here to make
But,
them money.
Yeah, that
Okay.
ploy doesn't work a lot. I
So
mean,
who did Snarf?
Of course I did.
I did Snarf.
I didn't do Snarf.
again, I tried.
What?
I tried.
The rule was that we had to do Snarf.
He dies in
You
my
guys
story
did?
too.
I couldn't. Look, Andy Serkis was off limits.
Yes.
And because he was off limits, he was the only person I could see in the roles.
Well, I knew. That's why I said he was
Wait,
off limits.
well,
Because I knew you would go
who
to
said
him.
he's off limits?
Dogsthorpe
Twins
said
rule.
Twins rule.
Who said he was off
I
limits?
He would
suggest
know.
we
I cast him. Sorry.
we cast your brothers as Wile E. Kid and Wile E. Kid.
Yes.
Which was Wile E. Kid.
Yes.
They can fight over it.
Yeah.
They'll flip for it.
Yeah. They're
Devin
gonna love
and
that.
Justin, you are now Wile E. Kid and Wile E. Cat.
Yeah, they're gonna love
You can
that.
decide who's who.
So, who'd you guys pick for Snarf?
I want to hear Rachel's.
Warwick Davis, duh.
Ooh, that's really good.
Warwick
Dang
Davis,
it.
mother.
Yeah.
Warwick
Dang it,
Davis.
that would have been good.
Like in a
Like-
suit or like the voice?
It's both.
Okay.
I want to
That's
see everybody
really
in
good.
some sort of like body paint so they get really
I don't
good
even wanna say
steel.
much.
He's just a lot older now. I don't know.
Like Snarf doesn't do action. He's
he's lazy.
supposed to
He's
be
the bumbling
there.
like protector
that's
of
true.
Lionel.
Yeah, he's
That's
supposed
it.
to be a mentor and a
Yeah.
caretaker of Lionel after his father passes away. But the problem is
What'd he
he
say?
turned into a joke.
Dogsthorpe loves that idea.
Oh, God.
Not the twins, by the way.
That's because he wants to be Wile E. Cat.
That makes you like Lionel.
I'm really pretty okay with that.
I don't know.
Derek,
you're more of the snarf.
I'm better than your casting.
You're more of a snarf, really.
So I picked Warwick Davis because that man has been in just about every sort of fantastical movie that's meant a lot to
That's
me.
true.
And I want that to
I
continue.
wish I thought of that one.
I
very good
want
choice.
that to continue. I need him to be in more movies. And you don't have to do much as Snarf. You have to voice it. And I want somebody to make Snarf a more protector character and less of a joke. I don't want to hear Snarf, Snarf every 5 seconds.
That's fair.
See, basically, I cast it because I want to hear that every 5 seconds.
So who'd you cast then?
We do have a suggestion from the audience for a new Thundercats character, Ryan O.
Oh.
We don't need those puns in here. Get out of
Hashtag
here.
Rhino.
Yes. Use
No.
it, people. Use it.
No, we're not using
Can
it.
I be hashtag Raytara?
I don't know. That one sounds a little. I don't know.
Fine.
I think it's up to Dogsthorpe since he's obviously casting that.
My nickname's already Dorico. That kind of works.
For what?
Too late. Mine already been
Dorico.
cast.
What kind of cat
He's
would
going
you
to be Panthro.
What's a Rhino?
A rhino, obviously.
That's what
A rhino cat.
I didn't realize rhinos were cats. My
Yeah,
mistake.
Whatever, get out of here.
Anyway.
I will be a mutant then, I guess.
All right, so who's your snarf?
So I picked 2. Steve Buscemi was my first choice.
Nope.
Or Jack Black was my second choice.
God.
So I want to make sure I understand this. We either have the guy who rides the nuke in Armageddon,
Right?
or Poe the panda.
Absolutely. You got it.
This is my snarf guide in my story.
That's my one of my 2 mocap
I
characters.
think killing
I'm really
Snarf off
surprised
is
you
like the
didn't
most
say
humane
like
thing
Nicolas
to do here.
Cage.
That was my third choice. But I want to hear Steve Buscemi saying snarf every 5 seconds. That's why I went to him over Nick Cage. And,
All right, so who'd you
Okay.
pick for Jaga?
Dogsthorpe says we should use Owen Wilson as Snarf.
Oh, I hate Owen Wilson.
well, that's a perfect snarf then. Because nobody likes snarf.
Right, is it? Yeah.
Okay, so
Who we moving on
there's some second season added characters.
Well,
We didn't do
Jaga.
Jaga either.
Oh, okay, so let's do Jaga.
Jaga, if you don't know, is Lion-O's father. That's the mentor to him. Like, comes back
After
in flashbacks.
Yeah.
his father.
Basically, yeah. Or like as a ghost. I don't really know
He's
what
a Force
it was.
ghost.
Yeah, he's like basically a Force ghost. So.
Right.
So for my
So Ewan
Jaga,
McGregor then.
no. So for my Jaga, I
Please,
picked
God,
Patrick
no.
Stewart.
Oh, of course you did because you want Derek's
No,
vote.
no, because I think
on.
legit he would be a good.
No.
I actually, to be
He's-
honest, I did not consider Patrick Stewart for this particular role.
He's not in it a whole lot, so it would be okay. He's
For
not-
me, though, that would kind of be like almost what they did in Robin Hood Men in Tights.
Yeah, like a joke.
You know, right? You
Yeah.
know, where the king shows up at the end and it's, oh my god, it's Patrick Stewart! You know?
No, but I think that he has that presence. I think that he would be.
Is it because you want him and Hugh Jackman in a movie together again? Is that what you're?
Wait till I tell you who
Yeah,
Mum
Ian
Ra is.
McKellen.
This is the what?
He's gonna his mum Rose
Oh.
Ian McKellen. I
So
guarantee
this
you.
is Wolverine 4.
Yeah, it
Thundercats.
is.
Pretty much.
It's an interesting choice. I did not
So
consider.
who did
Patrick
you
Stewart.
pick for Jaga?
So he is the older character, and I'm thinking of all those stereotypical guys, right? You have Ian McKellen, of course, playing Gandalf and all that. I'm like, yeah, I'm trying to stay away from that. So I actually went with Gary Oldman.
Oh, that would be
Okay.
good.
That's kind of a.
That would
What?
be-
I mean, it's kind of a cop out answer.
Why is that
you
a
just picked
cop-out?
like the best actor in Hollywood in that age bracket, basically, and congratulations.
I didn't. I actually
You
went-
could have put him in any role, and it
I
would have
actually
fit.
went younger than the character is
Yeah.
to stay away from the
Because
stereotype.
Jaga just dies
the
of old age in
character.
the cartoon. So.
Because Ian McKellen would probably play that character if it was actually made into a movie and Peter Jackson was
true.
directing it. It would be Ian McKellen,
That's
right?
true.
Yes.
So I tried to stay away from that type of character, which is why Patrick Stewart didn't come to mind. I tried to do something a little bit different. Gary Oldman still plays action roles. He doesn't play the
But
old...
Jaga doesn't need to be an action.
I
role.
know, that's
He's
my
a
point.
flashback,
It's
that's it.
not the stereotypical casting choice because Gary Oldman doesn't tend to play the old guy role. But I think he has the acting chops to easily do
Well,
it.
yeah, it's like acting chops, yeah. But
So
is
that's
he
why-
better than?
How many times can we
Is he
say
the best
acting
casting?
chops?
Acting chops.
Is he the best casting for that role? Though?
I think he's a great casting choice for that role.
Okay.
Who's yours, Ryan?
Kurt Russell.
Oh,
Really?
God.
Now, see, I don't like that at all.
I don't
Are you
either.
kidding me?
Not at all. No.
That's because you guys just want to have yours be better.
No,
or
look,
whatever.
look. He's the Hateful Eight guy now.
I see
He's gonna be
stuntman
Star-Lord's
Mike
dad.
McKay.
That's what I.
He what?
I see stuntman Mike McKay every time.
That doesn't work. That to me seems like a gimmick.
That's not a gimmick at all. He can be a very serious actor. Have you ever seen Big Trouble in Little China?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's 30 years old.
Not
Yeah.
serious.
What?
Acting.
That is serious acting because he is a star and he's playing the bumbling sidekick in that movie.
that
takes a lot of effort.
It was mediocre acting.
Did you
30
see
some years ago.
Overboard? He was at the top of his game.
Gary Oldman is twice the actor.
That is not even
That is
a
very
little
true.
bit true. No,
Has
not even a little
Look,
bit.
Kurt
true.
Russell is an amazing action star, and I love him for that. He is not
his face. I don't like
My
his face.
Jaga can beat up
Well, that's
your
just that's kind
Jaga.
of. I mean, that's kind of personal.
But
I
I'm
want to
just
see.
saying-
I want to see what Dogsthorpe has to say about Kurt Russell. So
All
we're gonna
right.
keep
All
an eye
right.
on
So
chat for
then,
that.
who do you have for the villains?
But wait, did you? Yeah,
Oh,
who
no,
did you
sorry.
pick?
We'll skip Rachel.
I picked Robbie Coltrane, who is better known as Hagrid.
Oh, that's
Because
an
I
interesting
like him
choice.
as a mentor. Robbie Coltrane has played the mentor role for the past few years. And
Yeah.
he just needs to come in, do the voice for a couple of scenes, and then he's gone. No big deal. And I just think that Jaga needs to have a comforting voice instead. Because I went the opposite direction with Claudius, Lionel's dad. And like
Why even cast him? Whoops.
his legit father. And I wanted them to be very starkly different.
It's an interesting idea. I think that would be kind of cool to see. But not Kurt Russell.
So
No.
my Claudius is Brian Blessed, and he has a
Who?
giant voice, and he's super scary.
Who
And
is-
I
who is
figured
he?
like that kind of man would leave Lionel with something to strive for, and after he dies, obviously gets the throne. Like
Interesting.
I don't know, just something for him to achieve. Brian Blessed.
Dogsthorpe is not familiar with the character, but Kurt Russell rules.
So I win, obviously.
I don't think that's how that works.
By popular vote.
If you don't
in
know who the
chat.
character is, then you can't assess whether or not
Exactly.
it's a good
We
casting
explained what the
choice.
character is. He obviously wasn't listening.
All right, so Brian Blessed, it was in Flash Gordon, is in Star Wars Episode 1.
Who was he in episode 1?
Let's see here.
Pod Racer number 12.
Yeah,
Right?
exactly. Or Jedi that dies, number 3.
No,
Jar Jar's third cousin.
no, you guys cut it out. You're the worst.
You guys stop now.
No, that movie is the worst.
Stop.
Yeah.
I mean, when the coolest thing in the movie is the pod race, it's a problem.
Yeah.
That's not true. The fight with Darth Maul is the coolest thing in the movie with the Duel of Fates theme, but,
All right, well, she looks that up. Who'd you
Alright.
choose for your Mumra?
Are we doing Mumra next? Because I still have a couple good guys.
I don't have any more good guys.
I don't have any more good guys
done.
either.
You
Let's
guys
just
do?
do.
No,
we
I
have,
did all the
we have
classic.
10 minutes. Let's do villains. 9 minutes.
Fine.
He was Boss Nass.
Oh.
All right, so we're doing
all I
Mumra.
know.
We'll do Mumra.
And his little cohorts. And
Who wants to go first?
I had quite a few choices. I think my favorite one was Robert De Niro.
Wow.
That
I don't
just-
see that.
No, I don't
No.
either.
No.
Look, I
That one-
want these characters to be scary. Mumra and Skeletor were not scary as kids.
I agree.
They were jokes of villains, and
Skeletor was hilarious.
I want these villains to be scary. Robert De Niro has always been able to play a very scary man.
Definitely true.
And I wanted something different. This was not a direct translation. I could have picked something a little bit like originally my pick was Christopher Eccleston, who did the Ninth Doctor,
Yeah.
who was
Oh, I
in
know who-
28
yeah.
Days, and it's because he's scary but in a less imposing way. And
Okay.
I think that's my favorite choice. I had a tough time with Mumra, so
I feel like my eye is starting to twitch just listening to some of your guys' casting
I'm gonna
decisions.
stab you,
I've got the
guy.
physical pain,
So
and now
I
I've got
went-
the eye twitch.
I wanted somebody dark too, somebody serious, but I also wanted somebody physically threatening, who I thought could actually take on Lion-O and Panthro and all that. So this pick was Vin Diesel. I've seen it.
I could see that.
He plays some darker roles. His Riddick character is a darker character. Obviously, he's the protagonist, kind of, sort of, most of
Right.
the time. But he's a dark guy. He's a scary guy. He's pretty big.
See, the
you know.
reason why I went with Robert De Niro is because if they can make Anthony Hopkins be imposing as Odin, they can make Robert De Niro be imposing as Mumra.
I think at their age now, Hopkins is still more physically imposing than De Niro is. In their prime, I'd take De Niro any day. But they're both pretty old now, and I think Hopkins has aged a little bit better from that standpoint. But I wanted younger. I wanted a guy who could go toe-to-toe, like, with the main guys if he had to. So that's why I went with Vin Diesel.
I went with older because I wanted him to go toe to toe with Claudius, and because I wanted like the opening sequence to be like just a big old battle of Mumra versus Claudius, and Claudius falls, and oh no!
Just like that.
Yeah.
All right, Ryan.
I picked Hugo Weaving.
Cool.
He's always a good bad guy. I mean, so
I
obviously
feel like
he
it's
could
not
pull
a
it
cop-out
off.
choice, but it's definitely it was
If
an
Gary,
easy choice
if Gary
for me.
Oldman's a cop-out choice, then Hugo Weaving is definitely a cop-out choice.
Maybe, but I think I would legitimately think he's probably the best in my mind for the role. I just don't. I can't see anybody doing it better. And maybe he's not as physically imposing, obviously going against Lion-O. But I don't think Mumra was ever a character that physically needed to go against.
No, I
Lion-O,
wanted him
so.
to be in a live-action film.
That's what all of his minions were for.
His manipulation of the minions and things like that was what what made him powerful.
But I feel like in a live-action blockbuster film, at some point in that movie, some of the good guys are gonna have to fight Mumra.
Yeah.
probably.
You know what I mean? And I wanted it to be.
But it's
someone
usually
If I
pretty
was-
lackluster even in the cartoons.
So that's why in the live action, it's your opportunity to take that up a notch and show it what it was really supposed to be like, right? That's the beauty of these live action
So he
films.
has a body in yours. He's not just like vapors in a
in
wrap.
mine, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So who'd you guys pick?
He guessed it. I chose Ian McKellen.
All
Wait,
right, then
hold.
You shall not pass.
I'm okay with that. I just don't
As
think
the
it's
old
good.
version, as the kind of beefy, buffed up, empowered, younger version.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
I was like,
Wait,
what?
wait,
You
wait.
picked him as the buffed up younger
When he
version?
transformed,
Yes.
Sorry,
What is it, like guy like in the grave? That's your older version?
I'm like, I love Ian McKellen, but he is not buff.
I see full kind of CGI with Ian McKellen's likeness added onto it in his voice. I don't see him obviously, going toe to toe.
I gotcha.
I see them doing a CGI, something along those lines.
Okay.
But Ian McKellen definitely for old, creepy Mumra.
Okay.
Ian McKellen's obviously, just like Hugo Weaving, is a pretty solid choice, but you can't
Yeah.
really go wrong with either of those two actors. They're
My original
the
choice was
best of the
Christopher
best.
Lee, but then I remembered he died, so.
Yeah, I thought about him.
I was going
wanted
to have
to
Robin
put-
Williams for Snarf.
I wanted to put
Yeah.
Alan Rickman in there.
That would be
Ooh,
cool.
that would have been good too.
That
Yeah.
voice.
There were so many actors I had to cross off the list because they're just not here anymore.
Right.
That's really unfortunate. If this movie was made 5 years ago,
right.
So who'd
Yeah.
you choose for... Oh, we already did
Vin
it.
Diesel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Who did you choose for Mumra?
Hugo Weaving.
We already did all.
Okay, cool.
So who'd
Yeah.
you guys choose for his minions? So,
So
Monkey
I-
and Slythe and Jack.
I didn't pick any minions. He was the only bad guy that I picked.
All right, well, I got 3 minions, so...
I
Alright,
didn't pick
let's wrap-
Monkey, and I picked Rotaro, Jackalman, and Slythe.
All right, so let's rapid fire those. Guys.
All right,
let's do
so
it.
Monkeyan.
I just said I didn't.
Oh, you didn't? All right. Well, I chose Ron Perlman for Monkeyan.
Okay.
Slythe, Andy Serkis.
Okay.
Jackalman, Willem Dafoe.
Rotaro, Danny DeVito, Jackalman, Christopher Eccleston, Slythe, Jonathan Rhys Davis.
Okay.
I feel like Ian, for yours, your names are pretty huge for these characters. I feel like your movie's going to cost a lot of money.
Yeah. Well, it's Michael Bay, so he can do it.
Oh, right.
No.
You
Ryan,
just have them
did you-
appear for 5 seconds, and that's it.
Yeah.
For Slythe, I picked Idris Elba. Jackalman, I picked Jackie Earl Haley.
Ooh.
Monkey, I picked Andy Serkis. Vultureman, I picked Michael Keaton.
Okay.
So he's going to play the Vulture and Vultureman.
I like it.
All right, so director-wise, who you guys want to
Well,
direct it?
so real quick though, I had 2 more good guy characters.
Oh, jeez.
Oh,
that
no.
I had
He
cast.
really wants to say these because he was mad. He said,
Obviously.
let's go to the bad
I
guys.
had some too.
Because I didn't get Lion-O or Snarf, but I did get more characters. So for Pumaira, I actually picked Zoe Saldana.
I picked Jessica Chastain.
Interesting. Okay. And then I did Linkso.
Okay.
Did you do Linkso?
Yeah.
Okay. For Linkso, I did Jai Courtney.
I did Chris Hemsworth.
Okay.
I
that
didn't
works.
want him.
Yeah.
And then for Ben Gully, I picked Jeffrey Dean Morgan. He's a little older, and he's a Ben Gully tiger, and I figured he and Jason Momoa could have a cool brothership thing.
That's interesting.
talk
I
about.
almost cast Jeffrey Dean Morgan as something. I don't remember what I was.
I
looking
like
for,
him
but,
a
I like him as
lot.
an actor. Yeah.
Well, those who don't know, Jai Courtney, he's the Pacific Rim guy.
I do like Jai
He's
Courtney, too.
Captain Boomerang.
Right. I feel like he would be a good physical force for that.
I agree. I think Hollywood's really trying to make Jai Courtney happen,
I think,
and
yeah.
it's not happened
It's not picked up
yet.
the traction. It's not his fault though.
No.
He's
No.
picked some risky
There are
moves.
some
but-
fantastic actors that just aren't picking up as much speed as they should. I really
Well,
wanted Lily Collins to be a thing, but she...
When you do Pacific Rim,
Yeah.
no one's there to see the humans act. It's there to see the giant robots fight the giant monsters.
Agreed.
You know what I mean?
But in Avatar,
Yeah.
So that's our stuff.
Any other castings? Anybody
Director.
else?
I picked a director,
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have 4 directors in mind.
You can pick one.
Uh,
We'll let Ryan go first.
okay.
I picked Zack Snyder. I think that he got a bad rap for Batman v Superman. I
Agreed.
think that When I'm talking an 80s property that's very visual, and I'm shooting for the original series feel, I feel like he's going to capture everything that I loved about the original in terms of the visuals. It doesn't have to be a deep story, which is perfect for that. Zack Snyder, he's going to nail everything I want to see.
Awesome.
All right, I chose Joss Whedon.
Of course.
Well, or it was going to be Roland Emmerich.
Yours is going to be a deep tale then of the Thundercats.
I had a really hard time picking a director. I wanted to say Del Toro, but then he's going to want to do nothing but practical effects, which I appreciate, but wouldn't work for my casting choices.
No.
So I kind of got stuck on that.
That's fair. I picked Colin Trevorrow, and
Good
I
choice.
want it to be executive produced by Spielberg.
Okay.
I don't think Spielberg would ever take on the project, but I think he
No.
would produce something like this. And
Yeah.
because I want it to be a mix of practical effects and CGI, I thought picking the guy who just did Jurassic World would be smart because everything, at least in that movie, looked beautiful.
No, I think that's
Like it or
a
not,
good
it
idea.
looked good.
Sounds good. All right, so that's going to be it for us. If you have your own fan castings, let us know. You can comment on our various posts of this. Go ahead and find us. We're on Facebook at facebook.com/griddaily. You can subscribe to this podcast on iTunes at screen-heroes.com. Please leave us a review on iTunes. That helps people find our podcast. It's still the #1 place for people who watch or listen to podcasts. So please leave us a review if you do, and we will actually mention it here on the show. We will give you a shout out. Also, we do our best to do what we can with the equipment and resources that we have. So we also have a Patreon, patreon.com/griddaily. Every dollar helps get us new mics and cameras. We're trying to go to conventions and get interviews and things like that, and we need the equipment to do it. If you don't have any money to spare, just share the link around. Show your friends. We would really appreciate it. And we'll also give you a shout out if you're one of our contributors. So we want to give a shout out to our #1 contributor, Jordan. Thank you, Jordan, for continuing to support us. We really appreciate that. Guys, where can people find you? Ryan, go.
Buster Props on all the social medias.
Ian,
House of Turner cosplay.
HAUS.
Cause why?
Because you're fancy.
Yeah, I am.
Ray?
Super Sirens or Super Sirens cosplay?
Awesome. And I'm the Star Trek dude, and you can find us on Twitter at grid_daily or Instagram at griddaily, or go to griddaily.com. We have a YouTube page. We have everything. Go check out our stuff. Lots of Planet Comicon
Can we all
coverage.
say Thundercats?
I was gonna say, can we do it?
Let's do it.
1, 2, 3.
Thundercats home!